A young couple. A dream road trip. A social media fairy tale, until it all unraveled into a nationwide manhunt and a chilling mystery that captivated millions. What really happened to Gabby Petito, and how did an online community help solve one of the most disturbing true crime stories of our time? This isn't just a case. It's a mirror to our society, our obsession with curated perfection, and the dark psychology behind control. A young couple. A dream road trip. A social media fairy tale, until it all unraveled into a nationwide manhunt and a chilling mystery that captivated millions. What really happened to Gabby Petito, and how did an online community help solve one of the most disturbing true crime stories of our time? This isn't just a case. It's a mirror to our society, our obsession with curated perfection, and the dark psychology behind control. Gabby Petito, 22 years old, bright, creative, adventurous. A spirit who loved to travel, capture moments, and tell stories. Her dream? To live the nomadic van life with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. Brian, also 23, had a more reserved presence. He often sketched, loved nature, and seemed to support Gabby's dreams, or at least, that's how it looked online. The two had been together since high school. From the outside, they were inseparable. But friends and family would later reveal things were never quite as perfect as they seemed. Gabby and Brian set off on their cross-country trip in July 2021, documenting their journey on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. They branded themselves as a #vanlife couple, and their content gained traction fast. But here's where things get interesting. Take a closer look at the footage, Gabby's expressions, Brian's body language, even their captions. Many viewers, especially on TikTok, began to feel something was off. The curated version of their life masked the emotional instability that would soon unravel. Why do we ignore red flags when they come with a pretty filter? The psychology of social media tells us, we trust visuals, we crave beauty, and we often overlook tension if it's well lit and wrapped in wanderlust. August 12, 2021, Moab, Utah. A 911 call comes in. A man reports seeing Brian hitting Gabby. Police locate the couple. Bodycam footage later released shows a distraught Gabby, crying, claiming she hit Brian first during an argument. Brian is calm, collected, but let's pause here. Psychologically speaking, this footage is a goldmine. Gabby shows signs of emotional dysregulation, common in victims of gaslighting or psychological manipulation. Brian, meanwhile, exhibits what some experts call flat affect, an emotional detachment that can sometimes indicate control or even narcissistic behavior. This was a huge missed opportunity for intervention. On September 11, 2021, Gabby's family reported her missing. They hadn't heard from her in over a week. Brian had returned home, alone, to Florida, in the van, and here's where the internet stepped in. TikTokers, Reddit users, and true crime sleuths began analyzing every detail. From van sightings to timestamps on social media posts. Some even tracked down a YouTube video that unknowingly captured the van near where Gabby's remains were later found. The public did what authorities couldn't, crowdsourced investigation. It was digital detective work in real time. September 19, 2021, Gabby's remains were found in Wyoming's Grand Teton National Park. The cause of death: homicide by manual strangulation. The internet cried out. A vibrant young woman silenced. Her death hit millions, especially young women, who had seen themselves in her. Her journey. Her dreams. Meanwhile, Brian Laundrie had vanished. Weeks of speculation, drone footage, and public frustration followed. His parents, eerily quiet, claimed they didn't know where he was. On October 20, 2021, skeletal remains were found in the Carlton Reserve near his home. Alongside them, a backpack, a revolver, and a notebook. Brian had died by suicide. In the notebook, a confession. The ending felt incomplete. So many questions remained. But one thing was clear: this wasn't a random act. It was a pattern of control, silence, and suppressed rage. What went wrong? In psychological terms, the relationship shows signs of coercive control, a form of emotional abuse where the abuser subtly isolates, manipulates, and diminishes the victim's self-worth. Gabby's apologetic tone in the Moab footage. Her body language. Her statements. They all hint at a young woman doubting her reality, making herself smaller to keep peace. Brian may have exhibited traits of narcissistic personality disorder, charming, controlling, emotionally flat under pressure. Add isolation, stress, and lack of accountability, it's a recipe for tragedy. This case also taught us something else about the power of the internet. TikTok, for all its flaws, became a hub for leads, theories, and collaboration. Users cross-referenced footage, geotagged van locations, and picked apart behavior. Is this the future of criminal investigation? Or are we dancing too close to digital vigilantism? You tell me. What do you think about the role social media played in this case? Do you believe Brian's behavior was premeditated or reactive? Let's talk psychology, justice, and prevention. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're finding this exploration valuable, hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us keep diving deep into these layered stories. Gabby's story sparked national conversations about domestic violence, emotional abuse, and how easily we can miss the signs. The Gabby Petito Foundation now works to prevent similar tragedies. And more importantly, it encourages us to ask better questions. What does a healthy relationship really look like? Are we listening to the quiet cries for help around us? Gabby Petito was more than a name in a headline. She was a daughter, a dreamer, an adventurer. Her story is not just one of loss, but of legacy. In a world full of highlight reels and picture-perfect posts, remember, real life is messy. Real relationships take work. And behind the filters, there might be someone desperately trying to be heard. Let's keep listening. If you found value in this deep dive, hit that subscribe button, share this with a fellow true crime enthusiast, and help us spread awareness. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep questioning the shadows.